I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Opp High School. I'm joined by some members of the cheer team here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, tell you their name and what grade they're in.
My name's Garyn Blair, and I'm a senior at Opp High School.
My name's MaKenna McDonnell, and I'm a senior at Opp High School.
So, for you girls here, you are part of the cheer team at Opp, and people around the state know the history of Opp Cheer and know how good Opp Cheer has been, competitions, things like that. I want to first off kind of talk about Friday nights, though, for y'all. And obviously we're in the middle of football season right now, and you guys are as big on Friday nights as the football team itself. And so, for y'all, what is a typical Friday night like for y'all, preparing for a football game, going out there on Friday nights, performing, and just how much does it mean to y'all to get to go out and represent your school as cheerleaders here?
It means the world to me to be able to go out on Friday nights. We start preparing on the weekend before, and we plan out our pep rallies. We have pep rallies on Friday starting at 2:30, and we just have the whole school come in, and we also do an elementary school one year, so we involve all the schools on that one. And then we eat with our football team when we have home games in between, and then we just go over to the stadium, set up, and cheer on the Bobcats. It means the world to me to be able to cheer on my football team every Friday night, and those are the memories that I'm going to miss the most.
What about for you?
Pretty much the same thing for me. The Bobcats, cheering them on Friday nights is mostly the highlight of my high school career, and there's a lot of work that we put into it during the week, and we stay here till like 5:30 every night with this and competition, and it's just so memorable to be able to do this in my high school.
Obviously, Opp cheerleading is, the competition days date way back, and then they've been winning here for a long time. But for y'all too, what made y'all want to be cheerleaders and be a part of this program here at Opp?
I've always looked up to the cheerleaders, and I've always thought that's just something I wanted to do. My sister was a cheerleader for 4 years before me, so I've been around it. She was on several competition teams, so it meant a lot for me to be able to follow in her footsteps and do the same thing.
The same for me. My sister cheered for 2 years while she was here in Opp, and I always wanted to copy her, and me and Garyn have been friends since we were in middle school, and we just always kind of did the same thing.
And do you kind of get that a lot with some of the girls that are probably on the team now, with their sisters or their moms?
Yeah, we have several that their sisters are on the middle school team who'll be trying out to come up to the high school.
And so, to have family members that were a part of this and to see them and what they were able to do here, for y'all, how meaningful was it when y'all finally got the opportunity to be here as freshmen and be a part of the program?
It was great. It was like a dream come true.
And so, obviously Friday nights are big, they're special, but for y'all, it's the competitions that are, what is huge for y'all. And so, tell me a little bit of the differences in preparing maybe for Friday nights like you probably are right now, and then preparing for competitions as well, and how the routines kind of differ from each other.
On competition season, we kind of say those practices are harder because it's a lot more, we do a lot more elite skills in competition. It takes a lot more to prepare for that. A Friday night game, it's we use the same skills, but not as elite on Friday night, so we don't have to go and prepare for those particular skills as hard as competition season. But when competitions we're full, we're dedicated, and we work hard.
Like I said earlier, we practice late when competition comes around, and we do the same with football season, but competition, we're dedicated. We put all of our time, and we just put everything into it as much as we can.
I learned from talking to some other cheerleading teams that there's now different competition groups. You got the game competition, and then you've got the other ones kind of been around for a while. So do y'all do both of them?
We do, and the game day is it's kind of more the fun one because we get to do what we do on Fridays, but put it into a competition routine. And then our traditional is what we call the other one, and that's more of the, like I was talking about, the more elite skills. And we actually won state in both divisions last year.
Okay, and so tell me a little bit of the differences between maybe preparing to cheer on Friday nights and then preparing for the game day competition, and what's different about those two.
Game day, we have to fit more of what we do on Friday nights into about 3 minutes. And on Friday nights, we have a whole football game to just cheer on our Bobcats and do everything that we love to do.
What is it about competition that you would say is similar to going out on Friday nights? What are some of the similarities between the two?
I would say being in front of a crowd. We have to get used to performing our routine in front of a crowd. We actually have a showcase before we go to state every year, and we bring in our hometown. And I'm normally more nervous to show our performance in front of our hometown just because we want to make them proud. So it's kind of the same thing when we do it on Friday nights. We have to perform in front of people at competitions.
You know, when y'all first started doing this and started doing the competitions, you know, thinking back to when you were younger, what were the nerves like for y'all when you were young kids, really walking out there for the first time?
It was nerve-wracking.
I don't get a nervous person, but I was a nervous wreck because I was a freshman in high school. My sister didn't compete when she was here, but her sister did, so she kind of knew how the ropes were in competing, and I didn't. But I think I was probably more nervous than her, but I didn't show it like she did.
and you know, I mean, obviously, you guys have to kind of feel some of the pressure here sometimes from some of these past teams that have had this amount of success that they've had here at Opp. And I mean, you know, do y'all feel that as a group here of trying to live up to some of these past groups and what they've done?
We definitely wouldn't be where we were without the teams before us. They definitely set the bar. When my sister was a senior, they were the first team to get to go to nationals. And every year, they didn't start off very well the first year because of nerves and stuff, but since then we've been able to, you know, just keep progressing every year. Last year we actually advanced farther than we ever had before, so our goal this year is to keep going, not settle.
And, you know, I mean, for y'all here, you've won 3 straight state championships. I mean, so y'all really never gone through a year of high school here without winning one. And so,
right.
You know, obviously other cheer teams, you know, when you get to the competition place, they're trying to yard the standard right now with what y'all been doing. And so, you know, I feel like cheer is kind of unique because I think that, you know, y'all are really competitive with each other, but I've always noticed when watching the UCA stuff on ESPN, you're always also very encouraging of other teams.
Yeah,
and
we
so
are.
How difficult is it, though, to kind of be encouraging the other teams, even though you know that that's your competition and that's who you're trying to beat when you're out there?
I mean, it's difficult sometimes to want to cheer them on because we are against them, but we know how hard they work just as hard as we work. So we know all of us are having to put in countless hours to prepare a routine, so we would hate for anybody to just, you know, not to want to cheer them on at all because it takes a lot of work to be a cheerleader.
Right. Yeah, we, like, when you watch another team and then you watch us, we both, like she said, put in numerous hours to work and make it perfect. So why wouldn't we not want to cheer them on? It is tough to cheer them on because they're our competition, but we do.
And, you know, do y'all ever watch some of these other teams and get some stuff from them and say, you know, they did this way, maybe we ought to do it that way?
We do that. We try to not necessarily copy them, but if we see them trying to trick, we might try to do it our own way or think of something similar to put in our routine to be creative.
And do y'all ever see people kind of take some of y'all's stuff and maybe the next year you show up and go, you know, that looks pretty cool?
Yeah, we do.
But do y'all kind of take that as a, you know, well, obviously that means we're doing something right here.
Right,
you know?
we do.
And, you know, so, I mean, for you guys this year, obviously you're wanting to win another state championship.
Yes, sir.
And so, I mean, you know, it's different from, you know, football and all that where you're not really grinding through a season. You know, you just have to show up for competition day. But how important is the competition day and being as perfect as you can be on the day of the competition?
It's very important to bring your best show when you're out there. And cheerleading, one thing is you don't want to fall. So we do put countless hours and hard work into perfecting those skills and running a routine over and over again until we feel like our bodies can't go anymore. So competition day, you just get that adrenaline in you when you get out there. There's a feeling like no other, and you just, what you've worked hard for, you keep pushing and you don't let a stunt come down. So there's a lot of nerves, but also we're proud at that moment that we've worked hard to get there.
And do you kind of feel like that's what's made what y'all have done, you know, winning 3 straight so special?
Definitely.
Because you don't get a chance to mess up. I mean, you have to go out there and be perfect that one day. So, I mean, does that make it maybe a little bit even more special for y'all?
Yes, sir, it does. Because you only get one chance. No matter how many hours you put in, you can't say, hold on, let me redo that because we dropped it or it wasn't perfect. We only have one shot and we have to make it the best we can.
You have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's some of the most challenging, nerve-wracking 2 minutes and 30 seconds of your life, but it's worth it in the end.
And I bet it's probably the fastest 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Well, yeah, sometimes. Yes.
Well, girls, I really appreciate y'all taking the time out of practice to sit down and talk to me about y'all's program. You know, I mean, y'all are talked about all over the state, and so to come down and see y'all working right when I walk in, it shows why y'all have had the success you've had. Good luck to y'all as y'all compete this year, and looking forward to seeing if y'all can make it 4 straight.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.